In today's video, we've got an update on one of the PlayStation 4's highly anticipated exclusives in Spider-Man. We've also got sales estimates for one of the best PlayStation 4 games in Horizon Zero Dawn, and we've got a couple of great deals on some games that we want to go over really quickly. First up, let's talk about Spider-Man, since I know so many of you guys are excited for that game. An official release date hasn't been revealed yet, but the game might be coming sooner than expected. Over on Twitter, Jacinda Chu, who is the art director at Insomniac Games, tweeted in response to someone asking, "Do you guys already have an idea or know how the final box art for Spider-Man PS4 will look like?" Jacinda responded saying, quote, "Yes, we're very close to finalizing it. It's gonna pop on store shelves nicely. Can't wait to unveil it." Now you might be thinking, what does a box art have to do with anything? Well, a game having a finalized box art actually means it's pretty close to being released. If you look at past game releases, box arts usually aren't revealed until a few months prior to the game's release. I'm sure there are a couple of exceptions, but if they're revealing the box art very soon, this game may be a May or June release, and that makes a ton of sense. I don't see it releasing anytime before that, and I think that would be a big mistake. God of War on the PlayStation 4 is pretty much confirmed to be a March release. It's as close to being confirmed without being confirmed, and you absolutely do not want to release Spider-Man within that month period. I've been saying give these games a chance to breathe. You don't need to space them out 6 months apart, but if you release God of War in March, the perfect time to release Spider-Man would be May or June, and it looks like that may be the case. If you really look at the PlayStation 4's lineup in 2018, the 4 games Sony is building the year around as far as exclusives go are God of War, Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human, and Days Gone. Those are the 4 major games when you look at first and second party exclusives. So you want to space those games out as much as possible. Jacinda also tweeted, quote, "My favorite thing to do in Spider-Man is to swan dive towards the street and swing back up at the very last minute. I love how my stomach drops every time." And then someone said, "But what if you don't swing at the end?" And she responded, "You land, but I'm Spider-Man, so I need more swag. Landing is boring. I highly encourage you to swing stylishly when you play. It's half the fun." We've been receiving more and more Spider-Man info as we've been getting closer to release. We know that Insomniac had a studio-wide play session of the game, and it looks like the development studio are already playing through the game. We also talked about how the game looks like to be a lengthy experience. Earlier in the month, design director for Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 tweeted, "Finishing my 3rd playthrough of Spider-Man on PS4. Each playthrough has taken multiple days long night ahead of me," so that pointed to the game being relatively lengthy, and it is an open world title, so that's pretty cool as well. Hopefully we get a more content-filled info drop sooner rather than later, but I'm sure with the box art reveal, whenever that comes, we are also going to get a decent amount of information to accompany that. Hopefully a release date. Prior, Sony had said that they want to release Spider-Man within the first half of the year, so that does make sense if the game is releasing in May or June. Moving right along, since we're on the subject of PlayStation 4 exclusives, let's talk about one of the best ones that's already been released in Horizon Zero Dawn, and based on VG Chart statistics, the game's lifetime sales has surpassed 4 million units. The exact number is 4.193 million, and it accomplished that in 39 weeks, and this is amazing for a couple of different reasons. Horizon Zero Dawn is a brand new IP, and even more so, it is a single-player focused game. There is no multiplayer in Horizon Zero Dawn, and recently single-player gaming has been a big topic in gaming, but it goes to show with games like Horizon Zero Dawn selling so well that there is still definitely a place for quality single-player experiences, and Horizon Zero Dawn is definitely that. And you also have to give a lot of credit to Guerrilla Games. They had an established and well-received franchise in Killzone. The fact that they stepped away from that and took such a big risk with Horizon Zero Dawn, such a unique and refreshing premise. However, with games like this, you have to be cautious, and you really don't know how a game like this is going to be received commercially, but it looks to be an absolute commercial success. And that's great because Horizon Zero Dawn looks to be one of the main franchises for PlayStation going forward. There's definitely going to be a follow-up to it, especially with the game performing like this. They'd be stupid not to make another game. It's just like when gamers were questioning whether or not there would be a Last of Us 2. When you look at how well Last of Us sold, yeah, there's gonna be a Last of Us 2. And when you look at how good Horizon Zero Dawn has sold, yeah, you can expect a Horizon 2 sometime in the future. We also got a Horizon expansion, The Frozen Wilds, and that was very good. So it'll probably be a while before we see another entry, but sooner rather than later, you can definitely make sure that Horizon will appear again. And finally, I want to go over some awesome deals available on some PlayStation 4 titles. All of these that I'm going to mention are remasters and collections of various titles. First, we have Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, available at Best Buy for just $15, $12 for Gamers Club Unlocked members. This includes Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and all of the downloadable content, which means it includes well over 100 hours of gameplay. You've got so much content here, and for just $12, it is an absolute bang for your buck. Also, for those of you that have not played Play Dead's Limbo or Inside, you can pick up the Inside and Limbo double pack on the PlayStation 4 for just $13 at Newegg with a promo code that we'll leave in the description box. These are two fantastic indie games. At this point, I would imagine the majority of you played Limbo. However, Inside kind of got a quiet release on the PlayStation 4, originally released first on the Xbox One and PC. PS4 players got it later. So if you missed out on that, $13 for that game alone is great, and then you get Limbo on top of that with this collection. That is a fantastic deal for two very artistic and dark games. And finally, Best Buy has also got BioShock the collection down to $20, and with Gamers Club Unlocked, you can get it for just $16. This includes BioShock, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite, three awesome first-person shooters. They've got great campaigns. Many gamers usually point to BioShock and BioShock Infinite as their favorite among the three. BioShock 2, however, is a really good game as well. All three games are really good. Get the downloadable content on top of that, and all of that for just $16 is a steal. If you've yet to play BioShock, the collection is the best way to do so. You've got your typical remaster improvements, better visuals, better performance, all that kind of jazz, and this price is too good to pass up. Make sure you check that out too. So that wraps up this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you excited for Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4, and when do you think the game is gonna be released? With a box art unveiling coming soon? Sooner rather than later is my guess. What do you think about Horizon Zero Dawn selling over 4 million copies? That is a staggering milestone, and great for the guys over at Guerrilla Games, and make sure you check out some of those PlayStation 4 game deals. Whether it be Borderlands, BioShock, or the Inside and Limbo collection, they are some great collections of some great games. Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.